Hello everyone, my name is Bridget Small and I'm here to tell you about Fuzzy Fitness. My inspiration for this Fuzzy Fitness business is my puppies. My dogs like to go to the dog park, the beach, the lake, and just walking around the block or anywhere in general. So I was thinking of something that wouldn't stop them from going out when there's bad weather, it's too cold, and making them get stuck in the house all cooped up and sort of sad. So Fuzzy Fitness is my idea of how to incorporate spending time with your pets and getting in shape at the same time. Let's take a look. The mission of Fuzzy Fitness is to provide a safe indoor experience for pets, allow dogs to socialize with other dogs in a safe environment, and also for owners to interact with other types of dogs that they want to be around, including their pets or other people, and just to have a fun place for dogs to be active at all every day of the week. In Fuzzy Fitness, it will be an indoor park of no less than 20,000 square feet in a climate-controlled multi-play area for dogs of all sizes. There's going to be an indoor heated pool with no less than 6 water jets to allow dogs that like to swim to go swimming. And if the people want to swim with the dogs, they can swim with them too. For those dogs that like agility courses, I want to throw those in there so they can go through those things as fast as they can. And also for the dogs who just want to walk around in circles on the perimeter, I want to put a walking trail so that they can just walk by themselves in a circle or walk with their owner, whichever way they want it. And then also I have a treadmills. I'm putting in treadmills for humans and their dogs. There are different sizes of dog treadmills to accommodate the size of the dog. And I want to put them right next to the human ones so that while the human's working out, the dogs can work out at the same time. And then if the owner wants to just send the dog off to a class or do something by itself, they have the option of going and getting on ellipticals or bikes by themselves just to spend a moment in the facility by themselves. And there will also be instructional classes, like aerobics classes for everyone to enjoy with their pets. This is a new trend that is going about where people are working out with their dogs in classes doing yoga and aerobics and Zumba. So I think that would be a nice little thing to do with people with their pets. And if anyone needs help or instruction about how to get their dog to do what they need them to do, we'll have a staff on site to help with instructions for anyone that needs them. So why Fuzzy Fitness? Because there are no indoor parks in the state of Georgia. All the existing parks are free outdoor city-owned and operated parks. And surprisingly, there's only 10 indoor dog parks in the whole United States. So it's time to ramp up that number and give one to Georgia. Um, some of the health benefits of using a facility like this would be the battle of the bulge. It's not just for humans. Puppies get bulges too. Um, Dogs can get complacent from sitting in the house all day while you're out, and they sometimes can get depressed because they don't get to see you. This is a way for them to interact and spend quality time with their owners so that they're not just cooped up in the house. And if the dog has a current health concern, this helps to get them active or to help them in the areas that they need help with, and they get to still spend time with their mommy, their mommy or daddy. And it's a great way to boost everyone's immune system, especially in this cold and flu season. We want to make sure that everybody in the household is healthy, including our pets. My market for Fuzzy Fitness. There's a market for it because there's no indoor parks in the area. So it's a unique facility that is not offered um, all over the world or even in the state. I did not realize that there's a really big market for the pet industry, with sales being about 86 billion in 2018 alone so far. So a lot of people spend a lot of money on their dogs and buying food, toys, you name it, grooming, pet resorts, dog walkers. They spend a lot of money on their dogs. Um, and then my market is really big because people find comfort in spending time alone with their animals. And having that quality time means a lot to the animal as well as their owner. My biggest competitors are going to be those free city-owned outdoor parks because why pay when you can just wait for it to stop raining or being cold outside and go to the park? Another two big competitors are doggy daycares and luxury pet resorts when you go away on vacation or have to do something special, an emergency comes up. Those are going to be big competitors because they offer little places for animals to play or somebody to walk them. Like dog walkers, they get paid when people have to go out of town or the same thing or go to work to walk the pets. And then the last one, the backyard, which is probably my biggest one, would be that most people just throw their dogs in the backyard. If they want them to go outside and get some fresh air, go in the backyard. And it's not really spending quality time with them. So it's sort of robbing the dogs of the fun that they could possibly have. I did some research, and in my research, I came across two companies that run indoor pet facilities. One being Canine Times of Sacramento, um, and the other one is Frolics Dogs Canine Sports Club in Virginia. Um, Frolics Dogs has been open since 2014 by a man and wife by the name of Kevin and Kim Gilliam, and they both come with years of experience working with dogs to bring to the table to open their business. Now, I looked at Canine Times for research for financial options for starting this type of business, and I found out that they have 5 co-owners because that's a big amount to take on. Because their long-term loan is $300,000 just to get started, to cover all their funding just to get the doors open, and they're equally distributing that, so that helps a little bit, but that's still a lot of money. I looked at Canine Times' income statement to get an idea of their expenses that they're distributing, and it's a lot of money. It's even when you look at it, it's a lot of money for grooming supplies, utilities. Just look at the advertising. It's expensive to put out the word that you're a business. So, and then especially cleaning up. The cleaning up part is not as expensive compared to advertising, but they all manage to eat up the cost if you don't manage them the correct way. So with Fuzzy Fitness, I looked at this business as how to approach this so that I don't have a huge risk by looking at my financial situation. And I decided to start with 4 owners. My owners would be family, and it would be myself, my parents, and my older sister, who are all dog owners and lovers. And my sister is also on her spare time as a hobby as a dog walker to about 5 or 6 dogs. So the DC dogs are getting a lot of love from her on top of her other doggy events. So I know my family would be in for this. But then looking at the cost, it's a big thing to try to match to try to cover all of our costs and funding. So I projected that the bank would have to loan us $300,000, and we would also have to put up that amount to get the doors open in any facility, whether it be Georgia or anywhere else in the world. It's going to cost some money just to get everything up and going. And then I broke down my financials. I did a projected annual P&L to sort of give an idea of what the everyday revenue would be, my gross profit after COGS or cost of goods, excuse me, accounting major, can't help it. Um, what it would be to operate this type of business. I looked at the payroll. Yes, we're going to have a staff. How much can we really afford to pay anybody, and how many can we really afford to hold on to during busy seasons or slow seasons? How do we project this? I wanted to look at my advertising costs to see how much my cost would be, and my legal and professional fees. Now we're talking about dogs, so there's somebody's going to nip somebody possibly, so we got to make sure we're covered. And we look at the next page, it's even more to look at the depreciation of the store equipment, to the repairs and maintenance just to handle all of this. The office expenses versus just the store expenses to sort of get a good projection of how we will probably work on the first year of business. And I showed us at a net loss. Shows at a net loss because a lot of businesses in their first year operate on a net loss because they're still getting the word out about their business. So I wanted to be realistic in what I thought my return would be. So I put us at a net loss. Then I looked at our cash flow, and we started out with $100,000 for our startup funding from the bank. And it slowly grew for the year, but it didn't really grow. If you look at the bottom line, it didn't grow much because it's our first year of business. So I wanted to keep it as realistic to our debts and our payments. I want to make sure that it's aligned with what's probably realistically going to happen. And then I made a ratio analysis to our working capital for the year, to our quick ratio, to our debt to income ratio, to sort of get an estimate of what our rate of return on our asset would be. And the first year does not look good again, but I wanted to show all of the different scenarios that could possibly play a part in getting this business started in the first year, and what work we're going to have to do in the next year to keep it going up, to get it out of the red. Then, most importantly, I want to make sure that we have good advertising. So I made a brochure for the business to promote what we're doing. This is a threefold brochure that could be found in the store, or we would pass out to let everyone know what's going on with our business. And some of the specials are that there's no membership fee. Another special that I like is this date night with your pet. Who wouldn't love to have a date night with their pet? You just sit there and play with your pet and be with a whole bunch of other friendly people that like being there on a date night with their dog. You might meet some interesting people. And then celebrate birthday parties with your pet. I don't know about everybody else, but my dog loves his birthday. He's 15 years old and still wears his birthday hat every February 23rd. So I would love to have a facility to accommodate our neighbors' dogs next door, or anybody else decided to come through to do this in a nicer location where everybody can run around and have fun. And then I also want to open the door to nonprofit companies so that for those animal rescues that they can host them right there, because this is a facility for animals and we want to make sure that no animal is homeless. So I want to make sure the doors are open to them. And on the next side of the brochure, you can sort of see our goals. You can see the goals for the company again, and then focusing on the pricing. Again, there's no membership fee because it's still starting up. I want to make sure that we're welcoming to the community that we're serving. So realistically, for a monthly fee, $70 per month is really cheap compared to $15 an hour per dog, where you really make your money. Because people sort of look at $15 an hour as a reasonable rate, because people are going to be a little iffy about bringing their dog in this type of facility. And as business picks up, I will adjust the prices, but this is the way I want to start it out. And then if you have multiple dogs, I want to offer a discount so that they think that, oh, there are discounts. So I want to make sure those are available. And I want to make sure that on the last side of the right side of this brochure, that they understand that we stress safety and cleanliness. No dog will come in this facility unless they sign a waiver saying that they have all their shots up to date and they have taken a temperament testing. A temperament testing would be to make sure that their dog is not aggressive towards other dogs before they walk in that facility, because sometimes bad things happen. We want to make sure that all puppies can play well together. And cleanliness. Somebody will always be there to clean up the pool, the floor. We don't want that doggy smell in the facility. So we want our customers to also do their best to make sure they clean up and use the conveniently located cleaning stations to make sure any of their messes can be wiped up or scooped up without leaving a big mess. And how am I going to make this happen? Again, I need a minimum of 4 partners, which I said I would go into business with my parents and my older sister. Um, and we all need to be financially stable. We want to make sure that we can handle the cost to cover $300,000 so that we don't have to refinance our stuff, our personal stuff, to hold up the business. And then I want to actually assess the risk of who are my competitors in the vicinity of where I want to locate my business, and what other obstacles that could stand in our way to slow down our business. Where are we going to be best located to serve our community? And as business picks up after the first or second year, and we decided that, hey, this business is doing really well, let's start looking at other investors to possibly open up a second location. But first, we have to plan out the first 2 years to see how things go in the future. So that is my slide. I hope you all enjoy it. And thank you for watching. Bye.